The Virtual Boys have been playing Nintendo since they were little. These 60-plus combined years of experience have made them experts in the field. Or at least, they sure think so. Join them this week as they talk about something from the wonderful world of Nintendo. You're listening to the Virtual Boys Podcast, a Nintendo podcast about Nintendo things by Nintensity. This podcast is done by four friends that talk about anything and everything Nintendo. Check out the website at nintensity.com and be sure to follow us on social media. Be sure to subscribe and share the show with your friends. Oh, of course, enjoy the show. Hello everyone and welcome to the Virtual Boys Podcast, a Nintendo podcast about Nintendo things. This is episode 90 and I'm your host David. Throw hearts to overcome social anxiety. Accompanied with Skylar.
Gotta get that dear Kirby.
And Jordan.
This is my Nintendo problem.
And Jordan, we're so happy to have you back after a few weeks of you being so busy with school that you weren't able to even get on to record with us. It's good to have you back, so thanks.
Yeah, it's good to be back. I stole James' quote, by the way. Anyone listening?
Quote stolen.
James isn't joining us this week because his power went out while we were recording this episode, and so we're kind of starting over, but we're gonna have a fun time with just the three of us, and we hope that his power comes back and that everything is okay. So this week we're talking about Kirby Star Allies. Nintendo dropped a demo this week, so we'll be talking about that. We'll also talk about the My Nintendo Rewards program a little bit and how that might impact Nintendo going forward. But before we start, just want to remind you to check out our Patreon page. These episodes are going up early as a reward for those that support us at patreon.com/Nintensity. You can check out all the rewards and stuff there. And of course, if you want to talk about this episode with us, we'd recommend joining our Discord community at nintendo.city/Discord. Lots of fun stuff happens there. So let's talk about Kirby. Last time we recorded this, I said let's suck right in, and that's not a good thing to say, so I probably shouldn't have said it again, but I did because here we go.
Oh boy.
So yeah, the Kirby
Warp Star.
So the Kirby Star Allies demo dropped this week, and it gave us a taste of the Kirby experience that we can expect on the Nintendo Switch. It comes with 2 demo levels and is available right now on the Nintendo eShop. They dropped it in Europe first, and so a bunch of people that played the demo made their European Nintendo eShop accounts to download it, and then Nintendo of America was like, oh hey, wait, we can do this too, and they dropped it, and we're like, okay. And so I played it this morning. It's a fun little demo. Let's talk about how it plays. How do you guys feel about its controls, how Kirby moves, that type of stuff? What do you guys think?
The frame rate's kind of it dips a lot, I feel like, and just jitters most of the time. Not a huge fan of the frame rate, especially when Kirby's swimming in the water. I'm not a super big fan of it. I mean, it doesn't, I guess, affect the gameplay itself so much, but I noticed it, and it was kind of annoying as I was playing the game.
Yeah, a lot of people have noticed the frame rate drops and such. And yeah, it is noticeable, and it's a shame, but I really don't think that it detracts from the whole Kirby experience.
Yeah, but on top of that, Kirby himself moves pretty slow compared to other Kirby games, it seems. And so you end up with a slower experience overall.
Yeah, I think the reason he was slow, though, is because he's just trying to have his friends keep up with him the whole time. Kirby, like, to keep the whole group together, I guess would take a little bit more effort, but I don't know.
Yeah, I understand that, but there were times when I was, running and I do the dash thing because in Kirby, when you've played enough Kirby, you're super used to double tapping the stick to run. And I'd often ask myself, am I actually running? Is Kirby actually moving fast? And so I'd stop and just try walking normally. And I'm like, there really isn't a difference between the walking speed and the running speed.
It's mostly just to change your attack. So you can dash attack.
That's very true. I mean, you have that yo-yo attack where Kirby like spins around really fast, especially if you got the fire yo-yo. That's pretty sick. So,
you know what's really sick? You can walk the dog with the yo-yo ability.
Oh yeah,
it just sits there walking the dog the whole time. You can walk the dog all the way across the stage, given it's a flat surface.
Just kill everything.
Just bam, gotcha here, gotcha there.
If it's the ice yo-yo, it's a giant icicle that appears right above the yo-yo.
Yeah.
It's pretty OP.
Gosh. Yeah. One thing I didn't like, though, is that they've now added like a meter, like a weight meter for you to drop your ability instead of dropping it quick, too. I'm not a big fan of that.
Technically, you had to wait anyway, but now they have a visual cue for how long it takes.
Did you have to wait?
I don't think it's that. Yeah, you always had to wait.
No, you just click the button and boom, it's gone. And now it's not. Now you have to hold the button.
Maybe I'm thinking of Smash Bros.
You're definitely thinking of Smash Bros.
But even with Smash Bros, you would do one of Kirby's taunts and he'd get rid of it.
Right, that's a taunt, though.
I'm pretty sure. I swear, some of the older Kirby games you had to wait.
Maybe some of the really older ones.
Maybe. I don't think so, though. Maybe Kirby 64, just because you have to hold it up and then throw it.
Yeah.
But most of the Kirby games, you just hit a button and it's gone. Like, you just hit the select button and most of the time it's gone. I'm not a fan of waiting for my power to go away when I need to hurry and switch to a new one, or I want to hurry and switch to a new one.
Can you move while you're waiting for it to go away?
I think you can, but like you said, you're still slow, so...
It's not like it really helps to be able to move while you're moving that, getting rid of the ability.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of it. Personally, I think they put it in just for like, hey, newcomers, they might accidentally hit the button and then be really sad when their power goes flying away.
Well, they can always eat it again.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, is you can always eat it again, so why have the button at all? Like, why have you wait when you could just drop it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they made that choice, but...
That's the kind of gameplay I'm used to.
Yeah. So, did you guys think that this demo was particularly easy, or was it, just average for a Kirby game?
Yeah, it felt like an average Kirby beginning level.
Yeah, for sure.
I
just
agree
felt
with
like
that.
Kirby. Felt like a beginning Kirby level.
Yeah, so nothing challenging, really. I mean, there were some secrets in those levels if you wanted to take a look around for that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was mostly just pretty straightforward Kirby Go Explore.
Can the first boss even hurt you? Because he'd throw those apples around, and I would sit and watch the apples fall, and they didn't hurt me at all.
I watched my friends get hit because they're all idiots.
Oh, okay. So
it was just like, dude, just do this move. Just do this move. Okay, fine. You can take hits. That's cool, too.
I had one of those Waddle Dees that has the parasol, and he kept, triggering the friend umbrella, cutscene, the little mini cutscene when he opens up that power, and I was just like, I know you're saving your own skin, but why are you taking so long with this animation? Stop.
You can skip the animation by pressing a button.
I figured that out afterwards, but
it's funny, the Waddle Dee's just look at you, he's like, I'm doing this. Notice me right now. Boom. I'm like, cool moves.
I really hope there's an option to turn off those animations, because that would get really annoying if every time an ability is switched, you have to watch it.
I'm holding up my sword now. Oh, fire. The whole animation happens. Okay, great.
Yeah, that's one part that annoyed me in Kirby's Return to Dreamland on the Wii too. You had to watch his superpower animation every time.
Oh yeah, when you get that super powerful enemy that just makes Kirby have a huge sword or something.
Yeah, it got old watching it. I mean, the first time was pretty cool, but after that, it's you just kind of want to keep playing the level. That would be nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, these again. Most of these complaints seem to be just things about slowing the game down. And technically Kirby's already kind of a slow game as is. So
yeah. Now, I will say that the backgrounds for the game, they look really pretty, and they look pretty in all of the cutscenes that we've seen in trailers and such. Kirby himself, yeah, he's pretty average. He's like an up-modeled Kirby, which is totally fine. So are all of the enemies and such. But those backgrounds are really pretty and really awesome. Reminds me a lot of the prettier backgrounds from Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards, you know, that actually had like some things going on behind you and gave the world a lot of depth, where it's like, why, Kirby, are you running in a straight line?
Yeah, I guess my one big deal with it, though, like the graphics in general, is like we got Robobot, and it was like the ultimate steampunk Kirby world, which was awesome. Like
everything was based around that theme.
Yeah, and this game, it's like, yeah, just a return to form, and I don't know. To me, by now, after playing a lot of Kirby games, kind of feels a little bit stale. But and probably for a few people who don't play a lot of Kirby games or haven't played a ton of Kirby, it'd probably be a little bit more better for them.
Well, all we did was start in the Wispy Woods starting area, which every Kirby game has had. So there might be a few more.
Even the Mecha Wispy was awesome. That was so cool.
In Robobot, yeah.
Yeah, he had like oil dripping from his nose and crap instead of tears. It was great. But yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
The baby starting area.
Hey, look, there are signs in the background reminding Kirby how to do things. And yeah, then all of the loading screens between each of the rooms. How'd you guys feel about that?
Ugh. Wait, why? Why are they there? There's not that much to load. There's not much going on in these games. Why is
it's not like every room is like, 20 minutes long either.
Yeah, I'd understand if it was, I don't know, a loading screen between levels, but between every single segment of the level, that's insane.
Yeah, it's really insane.
And every loading screen is the exact same length, so I guarantee it's loading faster than the load screens allow you to go through. It's almost as if the load screens are specifically there to force you to read their hints.
Yeah, I could see that.
I thought it was kind of funny too in the light blue plain transition screen between the two. I don't know what about it was, but it just reminded me of the Sonic Forces transition screens. Like how plain and simple and unicolor they were.
Yeah,
but
it does. Yeah, I can see that. Lazy. It's lazy.
Yeah, it's kind of lazy. They don't need to be there, and again, it slows the game down, which we were discussing.
I think that's going to be the most annoying part of this game going forward. If that loading screen exists in the real game, I'm hoping that's just a demo problem or even just a first world thing where they're trying to like jam hints at you.
Yeah.
But because there really should be no reason. If you look at like all the other games Nintendo's pushing out on the Switch, they run faster, they have more action going on, and they have less load screens than this game does. I don't. Yeah. Why is this game optimized so poorly?
In Breath of the Wild, you can run from one corner of the map to the other without a load screen. Like the way that it dynamically loads and unloads objects throughout the game, you can do that. In Xenoblade Chronicles, they load those entire huge areas and you can run from one end of it to the other without a load screen. It doesn't make sense why this Kirby game has these load screens.
There's so little going on in these segments of the levels. They could load the next segment while you're playing a segment.
Yep.
It's true. It's true for sure.
And I mean, the only Nintendo game that I can think of that had a good load screen with valuable hints was Breath of the Wild. And that's because those load screens, when they did pop up, were pretty long, but they let you like skip through a bunch of hints while you're sitting there. And they even showed you like some of your progress throughout the entire game. And I thought that was a really good looking load screen, but Kirby doesn't have that. So as far as we know anyway, this is still the demo.
Yeah. The other thing that's going to probably drive me insane, this is just a personal problem, but the demo didn't have the option to map buttons. which I
Yeah.
hope the real game does have
That drove me
option.
crazy because I went from playing Bayonetta and having the jump button be B and then the attack buttons be A and X, and so like my finger was slipping. I'm like, no, don't attack, Kirby. I want you to jump, And when I went into the screen, the options screen, it had on the control page, it said like type 1 in the corner, and I was like trying to tap it and select it with the controller and
So
touching
maybe it's
the
just
screen.
a demo problem.
So,
Yeah.
So you're saying the one game that lets you have different button types does not allow you to have these in the demo?
Yeah. It's not in the demo. They took that out of the demo for some reason.
Oh, man.
And yet there's a ton of stuff that people were able to data mine out of the games that we won't talk about here because they're spoilers. So
I
But,
don't
like,
really want to know.
if there was all that data in there, it's like, why'd they take out the freaking button mapping? Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, let's talk about another little topic within this Kirby demo. We've talked about in the past how demos usually hurt the games that they try to show off. Do you think that this Kirby demo has hurt potential sales for Kirby Star Allies?
Yeah, definitely. Everyone's complaining about it on Reddit. Well, a very loud group of people are complaining about it on Reddit. And so it's just going to be a lot of bad press that's going to sit and build
Fester.
up
Yeah.
for the next week before the game actually comes out. 10 days. I think it comes out 10 days from now. So
Yeah.
Very soon.
Maybe the demo was also poorly timed because of that. Instead of having the demo come out like a day before or a couple days before.
well, at that point, what's the point?
To get you hyped.
But the other problem with demos is that they usually choose the most boring part of games.
Yeah.
And so that just leaves a really bad first impression in people's minds. Like, why would I play that? I didn't have fun playing the demo. A good demo needs to hit some really good high points that are fairly early in the game.
Yeah.
We did get Swole Dedede.
Yeah.
That's true.
That was pretty cool.
He was a good highlight.
He skipped leg day, but I mean, it's pretty cool.
No, but the demo is nice. I guess they pushed it out here in America because Europe decided to push it out.
It's almost like a peer pressure thing.
Yeah, I feel like it was.
The rest of the world had released the demo, but not America. And America's like, oh, crap.
Yeah, like, oh, shoot, we got to make sure that gets out here. So, I don't know. It's not really the best demo. Actually, it's definitely not the best demo I've ever played. I can't think of any good ones right now, but
It's a pretty lackluster demo. And so hopefully the actual game is a lot more interesting and exciting than this.
Yeah.
I'm still going to pick it up, but I was going to pick it up whether the demo exists or not. So I don't know if the demo is really worth it for Nintendo.
right. Like, who was their target audience with the demo? It wasn't us, people that play Kirby games anyway. So
It's mostly to gather a new audience. But if you're going to do that, like I said, you have to design your demos to actually be interesting and get people invested enough that they want to actually buy the game. And that demo fails on that front.
Yeah. I agree.
yeah. So we will end up getting the game even after this demo, but there are probably quite a few people that won't because of it. So we'll have to review the game when it finally comes out. So look forward to that episode. I have no idea when that will be because I have other games that I'm playing through right now, but we'll figure that out. It'll come. So yeah, let's move on to our next topic that we have tonight or today, depending on when you're listening to this episode. It's night for us. And that's hashtag not my Nintendo rewards, which is the new Nintendo rewards program that Nintendo has launched. And I said Nintendo like 6 times in that sentence.
Good thing we're a Nintendo podcast.
I know, right? We are a
I'm in the
Nintendo
wrong
podcast.
place.
Wait, what?
So with this new program, you get basically 10 coins for every $10 that you spend on physical games. And with digital purchases, it's like 50 coins for every $10. So if you do the math, it's you get 1% of rewards back for physical games and 5% back for digital. Because every 10 coins that you earn, these golden coins, gets converted to $1 on Nintendo's digital shop. So
Yay.
to do all the
no, every 100 coins becomes $1.
Oh, is it every 100?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
every 100
yikes.
coins.
That's awful.
It's not.
That's even
10.
worse.
Yeah, so that you get 300 points for buying a $600 or a $60 game if you buy it digitally.
Only digital.
But you get 60 points if you buy it physically.
Ugh, that's terrible. And so then the math works out that way that you have to buy 20 digital games to get one $60 game free. And those are all $60 digital games.
Within a year. And you have to buy 100 $60 physical games to get one digital game free with this program. I mean, I guess it's better than nothing.
It is better than nothing. I mean, if you buy it digitally, then technically you kind of just get the DLC pack along with the game.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
get $3 off a $20 DLC pack.
Is it just $3?
Yeah, you get $3 back. It's 300 points. Each 100 points is $1.
Oh,
so you get $3 back from a $60 game.
So you buy 2 games, one with DLC and not DLC.
You buy half a Smash Bros. Character.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, for $5.99, you could win Smash 4 tournaments. Just buy Bayonetta. I'm just kidding. Anyway.
Well, you have to buy Bayonetta first.
Yeah, exactly. For $5.99, you can win Smash tournaments.
You could just buy it. Okay. I don't know. This definitely isn't going to convince me to start buying digitally over physical, especially since I could just buy at Best Buy for
20% off.
You get way better deal physically. Stuff.
Yeah, and then you get the additional 1%. So
yeah, you get the additional 1% back with your membership that you can then use on future purchases. Yeah,
the only thing that to me was like a big slug in the gut is that the gold coins you had before are practically worthless now. Yeah, they didn't used to be worthless, but all the gold coins I accrued over this past year, now they're worth $3.90.
Do you still have to do surveys for these?
No.
Okay.
No,
you just register.
You can redeem. Yeah, you go to your Switch, you press the plus button on the title when the cartridge is in, and you go down to like the Nintendo Rewards program and click redeem points.
I wonder how many I have now.
Some people with physical copies have been reporting that you don't get points on games purchased a year ago.
Yeah, so if you didn't get your Breath of the Wild coins already, it's too late now.
How does it know?
I think it's based on actual release date.
Yeah. For the
so
game.
Even new copies of Breath of the Wild won't give you any coins.
I think the digital ones are still fine because Nintendo wants you to buy digital, but physically, I don't think so.
See, I don't understand why the digital discount isn't better. Why don't they just sell digital at wholesale value for what they're selling to Best Buy?
Right, like
there's no additional cost. It's not like it costs Nintendo $12 to have you use their bandwidth to download the game.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I have never understood why digital copies are the same price as physical ones.
And on top of that, they'd be making more money still off of selling it through wholesale.
Right, because they won't have to pay for the digital printing prices. They don't have to pay for the cases or the cartridges that they're making. It's all pure profit when it's digital. That's all it is.
Yeah. So really, it should just be at wholesale value. I guess it would make distributors angry.
Yeah,
but probably. Who cares at that point?
It's Nintendo. They can make more money, and it's a good business practice.
I guess if they can get away with it, if people are still allowing Nintendo to extort cash out of them through this, but
which a lot of people are buying digitally on the Switch, which I don't. Yeah. There's not enough storage on the Switch to buy all of these games digitally.
You have to get an SD card.
Yeah, I have a high SD card. I have a 256, and I'm down to 160 gigabytes on it now.
Yeah, but you get a lot of games.
Yeah, but there are a lot of people who do too, though. That's what I'm saying. I'm not the only person like this.
Yeah.
Right. So, I don't know. I don't think that this is really a good system. It's like I said, it's better than nothing, but I don't think that it's particularly good, and it's not enticing enough to buy these digital copies. So,
well, it's better than what I was getting last year. I guess I'll just take the additional 1% off. So now it's 21% off to get at Best Buy, as opposed to 5% on digital.
I was just kind of disappointed because I thought after all those games I had bought last year, I would at least get like one DLC pack for free.
Yeah,
and you didn't. I don't. I get $3.90 off a purchase. out of all of the purchases I made last year.
Yeah, that's really sad.
That's all you got, huh? Wow.
Yeah, that's it. I bought mostly physically too. I don't buy a lot of digital games.
That's why.
You get.
I wonder if I
jacked.
got coins for. What have I bought digitally? I guess I got Fury and Blossom Tales. But that's
so there's
about
like
it.
35 gold points from last year.
Did they already delete them?
No, they're not deleted. You should still have
Okay.
your points, but before the points were counted differently, you got 1-to-1 ratio essentially. So now your points are even more worthless than they were before, the ones that you got last year.
Well, there we have it. Do you guys think that Nintendo will shift this program like to be more beneficial in the future, or are they just going to be Nintendo about it and not change it until the next generation?
I have no idea. They're Nintendo. They're gonna do what they want. I was just kind of hoping to pick from a bunch of rewards on a list, really, instead of a coin exchange program.
I just love how the reward system has gotten worse every year since the Bowser statue.
Yeah.
Indeed, it has. Every year.
I'm so glad I got that.
I wish I got that. I mean, I have that cool pin set that they had for the Platinum members several years ago. That's still sitting like up above the TV in our family room back at my parents' house. And I'm so proud of that.
My pin set went.
Coins were worth so much then too. Like
yeah, you got 600. Really awesome physical rewards, and you could get digital games and even some physical games.
Sweet.
Like it was awesome. Like Nintendo really wanted to reward their fans, and now it's like
I got Wind Waker HD for free off of it.
Yeah,
it's a full $60 game.
I got Animal Crossing for free. Skylar, I know you got Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for free.
Kong, I got I got a bunch of just like the WiiWare games and stuff, and I also got a Wonderful 101 for free. A bunch of games, tons.
Yeah, so this is definitely worse than what we've had in the past, but at least it's something compared to last year when we really had nothing. So
yeah. Your gold coins are still worth a lot for the 3DS and Wii stuff, though.
Yes, they are.
You can get some free games still for 3DS, even though they're like all not Nintendo games.
Yep. So, hashtag not my Nintendo rewards. We should let that spread like wildfire. Just kidding. So, I guess that'll do it for our Nintendo rewards, my Nintendo rewards discussion. It's a bummer, but whatever. We'll deal with it. All right, well, let's move on to what we've been playing this week. Some of the stuff that we've been doing and doing. I don't know why I said it like that, but I did. So moving on. I finally beat Bayonetta 1. It took me a while because I've been so busy with lots and lots and lots of school stuff. Had a big presentation that I had to give on Saturday at a big student research conference here at BYU. And I won my session, which was awesome. So I got a $100 gift card. So I guess my research really paid off.
Don't you get paid to do that?
Yeah, I get paid to do that anyway because it's research, but I get some extra money for winning the presentation, which is really cool. But after that, I sat down and played Bayonetta 1. I refused to drop the difficulty level from normal to easy because I'm really stubborn like that, even though I really struggled, especially with that, like the second to last big final boss, I guess. Should I say who it is that I'm thinking of? I mean, the game's been out forever.
The game's wicked old.
You fight her 4 times anyway, Jean, you know. Her fight was just so hard, but I basically memorized all of her attack patterns after fighting her for like 2 hours, so that was pretty sweet. And I beat that. The final boss and the final sequence for Bayo 1 was just so good, so fun. It's an excellent game. I really like it, and I wish that I had played it sooner. Of course, after that, I moved on to Bayonetta 2, and Bayonetta 2 is better in pretty much every conceivable way. And I've only played like 4 chapters. The action just seems more fluid and fun. The chapters have lots of really fun stuff. And I guess since I played through the first game, I understand how combos work and can actually dodge attacks. So maybe I'm having more fun because I'm just better at this genre now. So that might be it.
Also, Bayonetta 2 is also a lot easier than the first one.
Yeah, I guess that's what I've heard. So Other than that, I've been playing some Splatoon 2. I've been playing some more ranked matches, just kind of in my downtime. Got to S plus rank in pretty much everything except for Clan Blitz, because Clan Blitz, once you get to B plus rank in Clan Blitz, you're basically an S plus rank in Clan Blitz because nobody knows what they're doing, and it is the hardest mode to play with a bunch of randos on the internet. So solo queue Clan Blitz is not fun.
Is that a new mode? I don't think I recognize
new.
that one. Okay. I also heard that they added some more Salmon Run maps, so I probably should turn on Splatoon 2.
Yeah,
again.
those are
They're
fun.
excellent. The new maps are excellent in Salmon Run. Even the new maps in like the regular battles are really good.
Do you still have to wait for specific events to trigger Salmon Run?
Yes. But it's way more frequent than it was last year. Like every time I've logged on, there's been a Salmon Run event going. It's like almost every other day at this point. So still a lot of fun. Gobi Arena came out on Friday, which is the new main stage, and it's based on a basketball arena. I didn't know that squids could play basketball. Anyway, I know.
At least it doesn't involve swimming.
No.
They have pools, but they don't swim. So
yeah, this is one of the only stages in the game that has no sign of water, like anywhere. There are a few like that, but there's absolutely no water around it. It's a lot of fun. Really, really fun to play. Lots of different paths that you can take to get the Rainmaker up to the pedestal and stuff. So anyway, that's what I've been up to. Bayo 2, and Sploon.
Nice. I've been playing Bayonetta. Still, it's like my third time playing through it, so I'm taking it a little bit slower. I'm trying to find a few more of the secrets. It's crazy how well hidden they are. But it's a lot of fun. I'm still enjoying myself with Bayonetta. I'm trying out a few different weapons now too, because I always just fought with just the guns, like the whole couple first times. So yeah, trying out the sword, trying out the whip, a few things. It's a lot of fun. Also played through Kirby Triple Deluxe. Oh, yeah.
I was just saying, the sword is my favorite weapon in Bayonetta. That's all I just wanted to say. Anyway, go ahead.
Then I played Kirby Triple Deluxe in anticipation of Kirby Star Allies. And Kirby Triple Deluxe is pretty standard as far as Kirby games go, I feel, having played it. What's cool, though, is you do unlock a DDD mode, and you get to play the whole game as DDD, which is a lot of fun. I think it was the first game that lets you play DDD the whole time as player 1, so that was cool. Cool. And then I restarted Breath of the Wild like the past couple weeks. I've just been going through that again. Yeah, it's still a really good game. I'm enjoying it.
I love Breath of the Wild. I really do.
I still need to finish the DLC.
Yeah, you should get on that.
DLC's good.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Well, I started a new file of Breath of the Wild because I was like, oh, man, I don't remember what was going on. So I went through the whole thing and got almost to the Ganon fight, and then got distracted by busy stuff going on in life again.
Yeah. So you're going to have to do that again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, boy.
And that was my 3-heart challenge, naked, don't use warping, don't use the map run. And I was almost done with that. So,
Yeah.
Man.
Anyway, Monster Hunter World came out. It's good. It's really good. I wasn't a huge fan of Monster Hunter 4 because it just felt more of the same. Monster Hunter World definitely feels like an improvement upon Monster Hunter. It feels like they took the core base of what Monster Hunter is, looked through it, thinking, all right, so what are the points that slow down progress and slow down the game? Let's remove those or rethink how we're going to approach those areas of the game.
I love it when series do that.
It feels much more streamlined, just way faster, just moves a lot faster. You fight your first boss within the first 30 minutes, which is ridiculous in terms of Monster Hunter time.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And it feels like a true boss rush game like Monster Hunter is supposed to. Whereas I loved Monster Hunter 3, but it was really sluggish, and I didn't play a lot of Monster Hunter 4. So You do just go from monster to monster to monster, just every single mission. You could just completely bypass the terrible gather missions. One of the really nice things is that to gather things now, you can do it while running. You don't have to stop at everything to gather anything.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, man. It took so long.
It's so much faster. I just got to high rank. I beat the Rock. If you've watched Donkey's video, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's great. I really like it. I really hate paid online though. I wish it came out on PC because I don't want to pay for PS Plus, but it looks like I might have to eventually.
They did it to you. They got you now.
I haven't paid it yet.
Oh, okay. You're
just because I'm so busy with school, I don't know if I'd get my money's worth out of it. I am kind of disappointed that my favorite bosses from 3 didn't make it, whereas some of my lesser favorite bosses from 3 did make it into the game. But I think I was in the minority where I thought the Leech boss was the coolest boss. But that's just me. I can imagine why everyone hated the Leech boss in 3, because getting poisoned can suck, I guess, for people who don't know what they're doing. Dual blades are still awesome. Yeah, everything about it, fantastic. If you have never played a Monster Hunter game, this is the entry point. They specifically made this game to be the entry point into the series, which otherwise was a really difficult series to get into. And Iron Galaxy has even said or challenged Capcom that they could port it to the Switch.
Yeah, I did see that.
The same company that ported Skyrim to the Switch, they want to port Monster Hunter World. It might not happen, but
they're like, trust us. Just trust us. We can do it. And
I don't know how they would do it. It has issues running on a PS4.
Downscale everything. It's a 480p game the whole time.
Well, so like the first time I was playing it, the first cutscene, they like pan out to show how big the world is, and all the foliage didn't render or whatever. And I was like,
ew.
Just this brown smear across my screen. Like, oh, okay, that's great. Let's get out of this cutscene, please. And frame rates don't really drop that often in fight. They're really good at like keeping the action going in the actual fight, but when it's trying to render large areas, it suffers. So I think it just has a distance rendering issue, which I guess if you were to port the Switch, you could probably justify bringing that draw distance a lot closer, and maybe it would run a lot better. They were able to get Monster Hunter to work on a 3DS. They might be able to get it to
just maybe.
Yeah, we'll see if they get approved.
Yeah. So we'll see. I wouldn't hold out hopes for it, but it was interesting that a porting company publicly challenged Capcom about it.
Give it a shot. We'll take it. Cool.
And then the other game I started playing was Hollow Knight, which was definitely on my radar last year, but I never really got around to playing it. And if you don't know what Hollow Knight is, it's basically what would happen if you took Metroid, like Super Metroid, and combined it with Dark Souls. And have all the characters be bugs. And it's really good. It's really freaking good. Some of the best level design I have seen in a long time. Best map design, just sound design, everything about the game is absolutely phenomenal. It is pretty difficult. It took me about 25 hours to beat the game, which I've heard from other people is pretty good because the average is around 40 hours to beat the game. And that's mostly because I never really died. I never lost my money once. In playing the game, like anytime I did die, I could immediately just get back to my soul. And I think if you were to count out my number of deaths, I probably died about maybe 11 times total in the game. And some of those were just really stupid because I got stuck in areas while exploring that I probably shouldn't have at the time. But Yeah, it's really good. It's a really, really good Metroidvania game. Really dark, really creepy. An absolute joy, fun. I'm working on my second playthrough at the moment because after beating the game, you get to unlock Steel Soul mode, which is a version or a mode in the game where if you ever die, the game deletes your save file.
Oh.
Well.
And I'm almost done with that. I'm just in front of the second to last boss, which horrifies me because the second to last boss is probably the hardest boss in the game. But that's my opinion, at least.
Cool. I've been wanting this game as well. I'm hoping or holding out for the Switch release. The game is listed on like Nintendo UK's website as coming to the Switch sometime this year. So hopefully it does.
Team Cherry recently, I think it was about a month ago, they made a statement that it is running on Switch. It is running at 60 frames per second. And they plan to release it before the next DLC comes out. So we'll be on Switch before the next DLC because they want the DLC to be released on all platforms instead of this staggered release.
Gotcha. So I'll pick it up when it comes on Switch for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's what I was planning on doing too.
It's probably one of my favorite games now, actually. It's definitely a 10 out of 10 for me. But this is also a game that like heavily caters to my interests. It's a game that's difficult. It's a Metroidvania with bugs.
Man, that like hit every box for you. Like every single one. I didn't think a game could do that.
I was screaming with glee when I got to the area with the spiders. It was wonderful.
Sounds about right. Did you pick up Celeste? I mean, I'm just curious.
I have not yet. My roommate has it, so it's on the PC in our main room, so I'll probably just play it there.
Got it.
But
I still need to buy it. Skylar, did you end up playing it?
Nah, I don't have it. I'm waiting for a sale.
Okay.
I hear it's really good.
I'm waiting for a lot of game sales right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, hopefully we'll get some more of those soon. More game sales soon. And I can't wait for Hollow Knight to come out on Switch.
Yeah, honestly, I'm going to buy it again when it comes out on Switch.
Show that support and have it.
Not only that, but just to have it on the go. Like I was at school today thinking, man, I really want to be playing some Steel Soul right now. And I might actually beat the Steel Soul mode in less than the 10-hour mark. I just barely missed the 5-hour mark, so I'm a little upset about that. But for a blind Steel Soul run, I think that's pretty decent.
It sounds pretty decent to me. So, cool. All right, well, is there anything else that we need to talk about this week? I don't think there is.
I think we're good.
Cool. Well, I guess that'll do it for this episode of the Virtual Boys podcast. Thank you so much for listening, you wonderful listeners out there. Your support means a ton. Since James isn't here, I'll do his stuff that he usually talks about. And I'd like to give a shout out to our lovely Skylar, who is in the podcast with us right now. He is very talented and composes our intro music and our outro music. You can check out all of his stuff at soundcloud.com/Skytar, and that's 5 KYTAR. The link is in the description of the episode.
And I'd like to shout out to our patrons, Chris, Chase, and Ratmvp. Your support means a ton. If you want to join them, go to patreon.com/NintenCity. Remember, the episodes go up early as a reward for those that support us.
And I'd like to invite you to join our Discord community. We're trying to set up a fun place for people to visit and hang out. Head to nintendo.city/discord to join us today.
And I'd also like to remind you to check out our YouTube page. We've had some fun videos go up the last few weeks. A bunch of stuff about Kirby, stuff about ARMS. James is doing a playthrough of Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, which is pretty fun. He just uploaded his 7th episode as of today. Lots of fun stuff. You can... You got some content to look forward to with Hyrule Warriors hype. James is going to be making a video about that. And if you like what you see, just give us a little subscribe. Sorry.
Yeah, Kirby video is really funny. So
yeah,
you should check that one out. It's pretty great.
It was pretty great. That's at nintendo.city/YouTube or youtube.com/NintenCity, whichever one you remember. Yeah, I guess that'll do it for us. Thanks for tuning in again. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast and rate us on Apple Podcasts. Doing that stuff really helps out the show. We'd also like to remind you to check out our website at nintendcity.com, where you can find news, show notes, and more. This week's show notes will be available at nintend.city/EP90. I still can't believe that we're so close to episode 100. Anyway, thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
I guess I need to steal James' quote this time. Goodbye, you good people.